people come to a concert and they think, okay, or maybe they just think, hey, wow, you release a CD and it's no problem anymore. So if there's a CD release, everyone can make a living of it. Or you're playing concerts, I have to pay entry for getting on the concert, so the band must be rich. I'm one of like several thousand examples that people have to make like jobs besides their musical thing, and a lot of people are not aware of this. It's not about that it's bad or that I'm saying, wow, this is like really crap and that I'm mad about the people or something. It's just like something that the people should know because they don't. Important thing for bands or artists today is like we were talking about like 2 or 3 years ago about like those 360-degree models. Yeah, that you as an artist, if you sign to a label or a bigger label, that you have to give them all the rights about everything. And I think I don't know if this is like really working, and if this ever worked, if this will work ever, I don't know. But out of the point of view as an artist, I would say, don't do this. It is very important, like to keep most of the rights, if you put them away just for a period, for a specific period of time and not that long, because who knows what will happen to you. Yeah, I mean, what happens if you sign a contract over 8 CDs or something? Maybe no one will do those contracts anymore. But what happens if you put away all your rights and you don't earn any money with it in the end? Social networks, like when we talk about things like MySpace some years ago, maybe now Facebook or something, or Bandcamp, it's cool that you as an artist can set up a page and actually you promote yourself. You do nothing else than promoting yourself, and you can like show what you do and have contact to your fans and stuff. But I think on the other hand, this is very cool. You can talk to everyone. Everyone can reach you. You can make contacts. People can contact you. So you're way more close. And I think I, as a fan, I really like it too. Yeah, talking to people, just write them a mail, hey, well, what's this or something? How do you like that? Or do you want to listen to a track of mine and stuff? And it works most of the time. But on the other hand, first of all, it takes a lot of time, and the more social networks are out there, it's like, what is the key of what is the reason of having like 5,000 different social networks, and you never know if these are the similar persons or not. And when the one social network goes down, what about all those people? Do you reach them anymore? Are they interested in you anymore? What about like 500 million plays on MySpace of a band if the page goes down? It's like those kind of things that people talk about. Wow, they are really popular because they had so many plays. What is it worth it when the social network goes down? No one knows. So, and it's always like, a band comes over from the US, you say, wow, they are pretty famous because they have so many million of plays and they have so many contacts, and then they're playing a headliner tour and 30 people show up. I don't know, this is like, what can you believe in? You're playing a concert on Last.fm, 10 people say they show up, and then there are 250. Another concert they say, okay, 150 show up, and then 50 show up, and then AC/DC are playing, and then people say six people show up, but they're 80,000. So I don't know. It's difficult because I think the society, or the thought of the society about like this filter thing. Yeah, I mean, every newspaper, TV station, or whatever is a filter. The same as a music magazine, and every music reporter or something is a filter who gives something to the audience who wants to listen to or wants to see it. And I think this is now way more democratic. Way more democratic. Of course, people. I mean, years ago it was like, oh wow, this band, in this music magazine they talk about this band, so I listen to this band. And nowadays it's about, I don't really read music newspapers. I don't know how the music comes to me. Like, people are talking to me, like my friends. And when I was younger, I always watched like MTV, what is going on, what is not going on, etc., etc. And today it's like you can find everything, but how do you find things? And I think the only thing how it comes to you is like your social network, your friends, and the information that your friends tell you and give you and stuff. I don't think that like only uploading a video or something or setting up a social network profile is like the key. I don't think so. It's not like, come on, I upload a video somewhere and then I become a star. This doesn't work. No. Sometimes I have the feeling that this whole downloading thing is not a thing like against the artist. It's more like a thing like against those media industry or content industry or whatever they call it. But then in the end, there's often missing this concrete idea and concrete idea and concrete knowledge about this whole thing. How is it working? I mean, there are so many people who are living in a room like this, and they have their bed and they have their desk, and the rest of the room are just records. And I mean, you can't talk about the industry when it comes to this. And the guy is living off like 400 or 500 euro a month or something. He's paying his rent, his phone stuff, and when he sees then that his bands are quite popular, but he doesn't sell any records because everyone's downloading the music from the internet. This is maybe the key problem of the musicians nowadays who want to make it. I mean, it's the thing that the music, the catharsis with the fans, and like the feedback of the fans, on the one hand, like this emotional impact it has on you when you come from stage or when you release a CD and people say it's amazing, and then on the other hand, the money problem. As I said before, don't get me wrong, it's not about like earning endless kinds of money, but this is like for the most artists who are like would accept it a problem to make a living of it. And here in Germany, there are of course bands like you're going to school, you're studying or something, then you don't think about this anymore. But when you grow older, there comes to a point that you finish your study, and then there's the big question: what to do, and who would hire you if you would say, okay, I'm here, I have that, I've done this, and I have this experience, and everything is cool. And then, yeah, but I play in a band, and I have to go on tour like 2 months a year. And then we were recording a record, and it's maybe I'm 2 weeks off or something. No one would like hire you. And this is like bringing, this is bringing such a pressure and insecurity to musicians. Like really, what is after this? Yeah, I mean, most of bands it's like quite obvious. Most bands play music they can't do forever. What is then afterwards? Yeah, so you think, okay, I will do this for several years. You go on tour and stuff, and it works and works, and somehow you can make a living of it and stuff. But then you're 35, you're 40, the band splits up. It was never that successful. You couldn't save anything. You could just live from the hand to mouth. What is going on then? And then it's like most of the times, I think it's not my experience. I'm not that old, and I was never that famous. But I think it's quite obvious when people are not interested in you anymore as a musician, they let you down. Because there are so many other musicians and so many other artists and so many other bands that there's always something new. There's always something new, and within several months you have forgotten about the other person. So this is like one key thing, one key challenge and problem that musicians have to think about when they think about, okay, I really want this. So they should go for it, but they should think about the other thing too, because life is longer than a band most times. And when it comes to the music, what is like for me still very important, keep practicing, write songs, get influences, but don't copy your influences. This is very important. Yeah? The thing is, there are bands out there, you can always say, okay, this is another example. So there are bands who are almost covering other bands and they are very famous. But I think like it's good to have influences and different influences that your music keeps alive. If you only listen to one kind of music, I think when you listen only to skate punk bands, what kind of music would you play? Like skate punk. So, and I think if you have a lot of different influences, your music is interesting and you are still interested in it because you can always put something new in it. And then, of course, write as many songs or produce as many songs as possible, because I think almost everyone gets every track and every song gets better the more songs you write. It should get better. Of course, you should practice your instrument. And then on the other hand, as I said, like it is good to have knowledge about the market itself, like how do people work, like the labels and the booking agencies, etc., etc. This is very important. You should know about things like in the copyright and yeah, just how the whole things work. I think there are so many like universities from the US or from Germany too, who are bringing information to the internet which you can read or listen to without any like kind of paying anything. And then, of course, believe in what you do. As I said, it's so important to focus on what you do and keep doing it, playing shows, trying to play shows on other places, making contact to other musicians. And this is how it is. Start growing your fan base if you want to make it. This is very important because there are only a very few labels out there today who want to take like an artist who has never released anything before. They want to have something like finished product. This is not cool. This is not romantic. This is not at all what the musicians wants and thinks about. But this is just how it is. The labels don't have the money to invest like 7 or 8 years in an artist, and in the end they paid like, I don't know, several thousand or several 10,000 of euro, and they didn't earn anything. I've been there. Would I have done music? I don't know. So now I am in the position that I can make music, that I can play concerts, I release records, and I'm working for this association, and that's very cool because I think I have those two perspectives, and I can see that the whole music industry is like really changing. It's really changing, and a lot of like new things come today, and I think I'm quite excited about where the journey goes. I don't know. I have no idea. Of course, I have some ideas like, okay, you could do this, that the position of the labels itself doesn't matter if independents or majors could be like stronger in the future. But at all, I think it's very exciting because you never had this kind of democratic option as a musician to get like, or as a musician or a guy to set up a label and promoting your own stuff or the music you really like. And this is amazing. But as again, you have to think about the other question too, like if you can afford it. Yeah.
Awesome.